What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking about qualifying. Before we get into that, make sure to leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and check out the Slide Job podcast this Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ask questions down below about NASCAR that you want us to answer during the podcast, and we'll answer everybody's questions. And you can ask multiple if you want to. But make sure to be there Friday at 8 Eastern Standard Time. PM. Yeah, it's kind of backwards. But anyways, let's get right into today's video. So today we're going to be talking about qualifying. Now, you may be wondering why I'm talking about qualifying, but if you have watched a qualifying this year, 2019, they have been interesting. And I'll go ahead and show you a clip here in just a second. But NASCAR has announced that they will be revealing a new format to qualifying at Texas. So we don't know what the format is yet, but we will know at Texas in 2 weeks. Go to Bristol next week in the same format, and then we'll see what it is at Texas. So it should be interesting to see what that is, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But first, I want to show you an example of what qualifying is like.
And going back to Eric Jones and Ryan Blaney, it's understandable that they're upset. They both sat on poles here, won poles last year at this race and the September race. So obviously not making it and advancing to this final round is disappointing for those guys.
Well, we see it looks like we're going to do a little team. We got a little teamwork working here.
So here's who has teammates: the 2 Richard Childress Chevrolets, the 3 Hendrick Chevrolets, and the 2 Joe Gibbs Toyotas. Everybody else: Stuart Haas, Chip Ganassi, front row, Roush Fenway, and Penske, just 1 car each.
Yeah, I think you put the 42 in there with the Hendrick group because that's Hendrick engine on the hood. So those guys, I think they're going to wait it out.
Yeah, and just, again, watch that clock. I think about a minute and a half, just like they did at the end of round 2. That's when they know they've got to go if they're going to run 2 laps.
So if you wanted 2 clean laps, why not go now?
Well, you know, if you leave
you don't
pit
want to
road,
give somebody a chance to come back and beat
right,
you.
Larry.
Yeah.
Good point. But I had to. Hey, if you don't ask, the answer is always no.
I think these 2 cats here on the bottom of our screen, the 3 and the 8, I think when they roll, that's going to be the signal. It's time to go.
All right. Here is the 42's strategy for getting in both laps.
No matter what, when we get down to a minute 20, we have got to roll. Doesn't matter if we're leading it or not. If we don't do that, then we won't get the 2 laps. So we'll be one of the only ones to get the 2 laps. These guys will only get the 1 lap. They'll be slow.
See, they've already figured that out. So they got that going for them. They know they got to leave about a minute 20 to get the 2 laps because the second lap's much quicker.
You know what I know you don't like to do?
What's that?
Wait.
I'd be chomping at the bit right
I know you would.
now. Why don't we go get our lap in now? We'll be
I
good.
know.
Yeah. I want patience. I just want them now.
Right.
Well, and if you're the first car on pit road, like let's say David Reagan, which, by the way, great job to David Reagan advancing from round 2 to round 3 here. If I'm him, I wait till inside a minute 20 or right at a minute 20 and hope that those guys wait behind me and maybe they don't even get a lap in.
Right. Jamie?
A little observation standing down here. All 12 cars rolled down as we showed. Then they all shut the engines off. Then one starts, and they all start. They move a few feet, and now they're all off again. So why are they shutting them off?
Keep them getting hot. They don't want any heat in the engine. Keep them as cool as they can, and they can hear when the other guy cranks up and get ready to go.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If one cranks, they all have to crank their engines and get it going because they have to be ready to go.
Kevin Harvick would go on to win the pole at Las Vegas, and if you didn't notice, there was 8 different cars, or sorry, not 8 different cars, obviously 12, but 8 different teams that made it to the next round, and that is due to the fact that the draft, and that is why everybody is sitting on pit road and waiting for the first guy to go, because if you are the first guy to go, you are not going to get first place. You're going to get maybe 10th if you're lucky, just depending upon how everybody rolls out and draft and all of that. But if you can get a good draft and get in like the middle of the pack, that is where you're going to get your faster speeds and be able to get the faster times and get up in the top 5. And that is why we have this big stalemate at every qualifying so far. And to me, it's interesting. I like watching it. I do enjoy watching it, and it's fun. It's just fun. And then at the same time, though, are we really seeing? I mean, Austin Dillon won the pole, and it's not a super speedway. It's kind of like, yeah, it's interesting to watch, but at the same time, is it the best driver getting the pole? Is it kind of messing up kind of the format? I mean, Austin Dillon, he definitely has a fast car. You can't deny that, as he won round one and round two. He was the fastest car in both of those rounds, so he definitely has a fast car. But is he the fastest car on the track? Is he deserving of the pole? Not so much. And hopefully he has a great day. It'd be interesting to see how he does. But I mean, if he wins it, you know what? Maybe this format isn't so bad. But I think most people can agree that Dillon probably will not be competing for a win. But you never know anything can happen. But yeah, that's really all I got on that. So they are announcing the new system at Texas, and so that means Bristol could very well be the last race of the qualifying format as we know it. As for what they are going to change it to, my best guess would be single car qualifying, because there's not really anything else they can do about it. There's not too much other options for them until next season. Maybe they can add like a points boost, or like maybe you get 2 points for winning the pole, but I don't know if that would really do it. So it's going to be really interesting to see what they do with it, what they decide to change to fix it. Obviously, you can't take off the old put on the old package and take off the new one. You have to keep the same package. So it should be interesting. Are they going to get rid of round qualifying? I don't know. I've kind of enjoyed round qualifying as it's been around since about 2016, 2015. I don't know. It's been around for a while, and I've definitely enjoyed it. So it should be interesting to see what they decide to do with it. And yeah, I mean, I've probably watched more qualifying this year than I did the last 2 years combined. Like I never do, but you know, it has kind of made it interesting. I'm sure ratings have actually gone up a little bit. Obviously, I don't think really a lot of people watch it either way, but you know, I'm sure ratings have gone up a little bit. You know, people interested in seeing how this new qualifying is looking like. But we'll see how it goes at Texas, what they decide to do. Comment down below. What do you think NASCAR is going to change to? Is it single car, or what are they going to do? What do you think they should do? Should they have even changed it in the first place? And be sure to check out the Slide Job podcast this Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Comment down any questions you have about NASCAR that would you like me and Caleb to answer. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Hope the race is a great race, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace out.